Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Finance. How will Budget 2010 ensure taxpayers' money is spent responsibly?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, Budget 2010 will continue the process of cleaning up the mess left by the previous government and improving the quality of government spending. It's important that this government focuses on better frontline services and not wasting money on bureaucracy and strategies and plans and workshops as the previous government did. It's important that taxpayers, this government intends to honour the confidence that taxpayers have shown in the government's ability to use their PAYE dollar wisely.
Peseta Lotu-Iiga.
Supplementary to the Honourable Minister. How will the government improve the quality of spending?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, it's not actually going to be that difficult because over the last 5 years, in the past 5 years under the previous government, a third of all budget vote areas received funding increases of over 50% and two-thirds received increases of over 30%. These were very large increases with very little effective increase in the effectiveness of public services. In Budget 2009, we directed about $2 billion of lower value spending to the frontline public services, and we intend to redirect a significant amount in this next budget.
Stuart Nash.
To the Minister, what is his response to Australian Prime Minister Kevin Rudd, who earlier this week talked about the consequences of not doing enough to protect jobs in a recession, saying, and I quote, "Look at the unemployment rate in New Zealand, just across the Tasman. If that unemployment rate was replicated here in Australia, hundreds and thousands of people would not be in jobs today."
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, that's a bit rich coming from a party that opposes mining, which has been the largest source of new jobs in Australia.
Peseta Lotu-Iiga.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Has the Minister seen any reports on alternative approaches to fiscal management?
The Honourable Bill English.
Yes, I have seen reports of Labor's long list of unfunded commitments they left behind when they left government. And when you add them all up, it amounted to $6 billion of commitments that the previous Labor government had made for which there was no funding at all. I'm pleased to say that in last year's budget we got rid of most of those, and in this year's budget we'll continue to eliminate the waste that Labor built into the system.
Stuart Nash.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister, when he said yesterday that jobs lost in the recession were not, quote, not real jobs, which aspects of the jobs were not real? The steady wage or the ability to pay the bills and support their family? Or does he simply believe that the 168,000 people are not really unemployed?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, what I said yesterday is that instead of crying crocodile tears, Labor should take responsibility for the problems it's created in the economy. It promoted a housing bubble, it fed consumption in the economy with excessive government spending, and people who thought they had long-term sustainable jobs did not actually have long-term sustainable jobs, and we are trying to clean up that mess.
Question number 3, the Honourable Clayton Cosgrove.
Mr Speaker, my question is the Prime Minister.